after 3 minutes of watching this video, your life is not going to be the same. My brain is different, very different, and I can't unknow this. If you are spiritual, if you are a New Ager, if you're a witch, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, everyone, watch this. Firstly, the word Muslim means one who submits to God. So let's keep that in mind. That's why people say Jesus was a Muslim. As someone who has very much participated with New Age, with magic, with Wicca, I've dabbled with Hermeticism and all the things, right? Like I have been seeking for a long time. Now there is a lot of legitimacy in these paths, but the thing is, it obviously requires action. It requires effort. It requires energy because you are bending reality to your will. It is the will of your human, your psyche, your body, your conscious and subconscious desires. So you are shaping and manipulating reality to your liking, right? That's what it's all about. But there is a greater will, God's will, and the will of your highest self. So you have like the lower self, the animal, impulsive, instinctual self, and then the highest self that I would say is the part of you that is directly connected to God. And it's also not sustainable. That's why you have to continue doing it. And you are always going to have this hunger, this unsatiable starvation, because it is rooted in this realm where everything is constantly devouring and recycling. And that is why it's considered demonic. It is literally tied and imprisoned in this realm. So then this will is in juxtaposition to this will, because on this hand, you are not making the changes internally, you're making them externally. This, you have to bend yourself to the will. You don't bend reality to your will, you bend yourself to the greater will. And you do this through virtue, through love, compassion, connection, honesty, loyalty, self-purification. I forgot to include that this includes abstinence to overindulgence and heightened sensory experiences, like constantly seeking sensation. This is the process of ascension. This is the process that Jesus was showing everyone. This is the process that Muslims go through. They don't participate in pop culture. They don't listen to secular music. They don't watch gory, over-sexualized content. They don't follow trends. They don't date. They don't drink alcohol. They don't do the hookup culture. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I have realized it is antithetical to use this path, which is obviously lower vibration. It's lower vibration. It is hedonism, to try to use that path to ascend, because it doesn't make any sense. It's not possible. You are literally using your animal, human desires and instincts and impulses to ascend out of them. You can't do that. And like, hello, this is so appropriate. It is literally the month of Ramadan. You fast these things that create addictions. Fasting, self-discipline, taking your cross up daily, right? That is an actual ego death. We always consider ego death in like this realm, like this path. This is where the ego deaths happen. No, they're not. No, they're not. Or you would have to leave that behind, because you would actually see it for what it is. The ego death happens when you say, this will of mine, my body, my psyche, is keeping me in this realm, which is the 3D realm, where it's demonic. Dude, I'm crashing out. This just like completely shifted my spiritual paradigm in such a way, I still do believe that Islam is what Christianity was supposed to be. This is the message that Jesus was telling people, like, hey, you don't have to be doing these unsustainable ceremonies and rituals constantly to try to like appease the gods, right? Like, you can actually just connect with source consciousness. You have the ability and the access to do that. It's through virtue. It is through virtue. And Jesus was the most virtuous person on the planet. So this is what I have been thinking about for 3 days, constantly aware of it. The awareness of this has not left my brain. And it's crazy, because now the way that I'm seeing content, specifically content I would normally relate to, I see it through a different lens. And I'm like, that's pagan, low magic, low vibrational stuff. I've never felt that way about those paths ever. Something happened to my brain, and I don't think it can be undone. Yesterday I read an excerpt out of Scientific Truths in the Quran. I'm going to read another one because, y'all, I'm only 17 pages in, and there's already so much to share. There will be more. But I'm going to read this next one. It also has to do with like the formation of the universe. So the other video, we kind of talked about like the Big Bang. This says, the science of modern cosmology, observational and theoretical, clearly indicates that at one point in time, the whole universe was nothing but a cloud of smoke. This is one of the undisputed principles of standard modern cosmology. Scientists now can observe new stars forming out of the remnants of that smoke. Quran 41:11 says, then he directed himself to the heaven while it was smoke. As the earth and heavens above have been formed from the same smoke, we conclude that the earth and the heavens were one connected entity. And then written in Science magazine, which is one of the world's top academic journals, says, by the time the universe was 1 billion years old, the smoke, actually a gas of light-trapping hydrogen, had almost cleared entirely, allowing stars and galaxies to become visible. We know that our world, the sun, and stars did not come about immediately after the primeval explosion. Rather, the universe was in a gaseous state before the formation of stars. This gaseous state was initially made of hydrogen and helium. Condensation and compression shaped the planets, the earth, the sun, the stars, that eventually became the products of the gaseous state. The discovery of these processes was made possible thanks to successive findings, observations, and theoretical developments. The knowledge of all contemporary communities at the time of the Prophet did not suggest that the universe had once been in a gaseous state. The Prophet himself did not claim to be the author of the statements in the Quran, as is often mentioned, declaring that he is simply a messenger of God. And then it includes Quran 11:49. That is from the news of the unseen, which we reveal to you, O Muhammad. You knew it not, neither you nor your people before this. So be patient. Indeed, the best outcomes for the righteous. And a lot of you are asking, it's backwards, I'm sorry. It's called Scientific Truths in the Quran. I actually ordered this for free. I will put whatever the, oh wait, maybe this is the website. This is probably where I ordered it. It's called QuranProject.org, and they have this and then some other things that you can order for free. You just pay shipping. So super cool. They have this, and then they have 40 hadiths. They have something else. I ordered like 3 or 4 books from here.